Welcome to the Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Wendy's. We're live at Waukesha West as the Wolverines take on the Warhawks from Heartland Arrowhead. Hi, my name is Mike McGivern. I'm with Sports Radio 1250 WSSP, and this is the Sports Radio 1250 pregame show. I'm joined by two head coaches tonight's game. Steve Rux is Waukesha West, Greg Malling with Heartland Arrowhead. Steve, let's start with you. First and foremost, thanks for having us out here tonight.
Well, thanks for coming out.
Yeah,
it's great to have you here at West.
I really appreciate it. You guys, young team, ups and downs a little bit this year. Had some great wins, and as a young team, kind of a roller coaster ride a little bit, but these boys starting to get it pretty well.
Yeah, you know, we got, I think, 6 sophomores starting. It's the youngest team that we've ever put out here, but they're talented and they're a bunch of warriors. They're going to play their hearts out. Yeah,
they'll have to. This is an awfully good team over at Arrowhead. Greg, you guys undefeated, ranked number 1 in the state right now. First, welcome to Wisconsin, year 2 for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you said you haven't felt the cold night, so here we go.
Yeah, this is
going.
Cold as it gets. Yeah.
You bet. Hey, I got a chance to watch you guys in a 4-team scrimmage, and it seemed like tempo was kind of the thing you guys are stressing that day. A lot of speed. You also, there's some young players, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, we feel like we've got a good mix, a good group of seniors to kind of lead the way, and a good group of especially juniors that on the defensive side that help us a lot.
You know, we had talked also about you got some pretty smart kids, and things get easy. You know, you can put a lot in as a coach when you have some kids that do well in the classroom as well.
Yeah, they are. They adapt pretty much to anything we ask, and it does make things a little bit easier for us.
You know, Steve, I've often said on my radio show that if there's a better offensive line coach, a teacher of offensive line in high school in the state of Wisconsin, I would like to see him. I put you at that level. Your offensive line is going to have to take some control of this game tonight.
Yeah, you know, Arrowhead is big and physical. They got great speed on the defensive side of the ball. Our offensive line, I think, has played consistently, played really well. So they're up for the challenge, and we're going to try to do what we do here.
Well, this is going to be exciting. Guys, I'm going to cut you guys loose. Thank you so much, Greg.
Thank you,
Steve. I appreciate it. We'll get to a break. Other side of the break, I'm going to pass you over to John Weiser and Dick Basham for the call for the keys to the game. This is the Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Wendy's.
Welcome back into Waukesha West, everyone, with Hall of Fame football coach Dick Basham. John Weiser with you. Waukesha West hosting the number 1 ranked team in the state of Wisconsin, Arrowhead, in a Classic 8 battle here tonight. And finally, we get this game on My 24.
Well, we've been trying for 3 years, and this is the first time we've been able to get it on. Waukesha West is not the team they have been the last 2 years. They're a rebuilding team. They have no seniors on their offensive line, but they're getting better every week and a very good team in spite of the rebuilding. But Arrowhead is definitely the number 1 team in the state. They have great players at all positions. They're very deep. Their top 44 players, 27 of them are underclassmen. So that tells you that this is not going to be just a one-year fling. It's going to be down the road for them as well.
It's always quite a battle between these two schools. They've played 6 times over the last 4 years, and it's split right down the middle, 3-3.
Well, that's not surprising. Of course, Waukesha West was a state champion 2 years ago, was on a state championship run, I think, last year, and got derailed in the playoffs. But Arrowhead has now moved into that position. But it's a great rivalry in the Classic 8 conference, and a game I'm really looking forward to calling.
Let's look at Arrowhead here tonight. We'll start first on their offensive line. They talk about all the great speed that they have on this team, but it really starts up front. Jake McQuestion, one of their outstanding offensive linemen.
Well, that's true. They have a very good offensive line. Jake McQuestion is the right tackle, number 76, about 6'2", 255. A very good, kind of an old-fashioned player. Coach Malling says he's a grinder. He's a blue-collar worker. He brings his lunch pail every day, and he's the glue for the offensive line. And a good offensive line always has one guy that holds them together, and Jake is the guy who does that.
They also have an outstanding secondary led by Jackson Abrish, an outstanding player in that secondary.
Well, he's probably the number 1 rated defensive back in the state this year. About 6'1", 185, nice size for a defensive back. He runs track, he's in basketball, plays baseball. Very good student, only had 1 B in his whole high school career. Coach Malling says he's the smoothest and one of the best athletes he's ever seen. And he's coached in Florida and on the East Coast, so that's pretty high praise.
For the Wolverines tonight, they come in at 3-3. It's been an up and down year, and they've had to make a change at quarterback going into this game.
Well, they started the year with a senior quarterback, and finally, after 5 games, they decided it was time to give the junior a chance. And Drew Rhodes is their quarterback. 5'11", about 160 pounds, not a real big kid, but he's a little bit more athletic than they've had at the position earlier in the year. And they're hoping that he can win some games with his feet and with his arm, and tonight will be a big test for him, that's for sure.
The other big test is going to be for that defensive secondary for the Wolverines. They've got to keep everything in front of them here tonight.
Well, yeah, Coach Ruck says that if the secondary can do a good job against the passing game, they're going to be fine. And we're looking at Dyson Shimura, Eric Schmidt, and Alex Andrasky. There's the guys that got to get their job done. They need to keep everything in front of them so they don't get these long scores.
That leads us now into our keys to the ball game for tonight.
Well, the keys for me, I think, for Arrowhead is they need to keep West defense off balance, and they have the ability to do that with a running passing combination. They need to play field position and keep West backed up because West is primarily a running team. They need to make them go as far as they can to score, and I think they need to contain that West running game, which is how they make their living.
And for the homestanding Wolverines tonight?
Well, for Waukesha West, they need to run the football and shorten the game. That's how they get things done. And they need to disrupt the rhythm of that Arrowhead offense because they are a rhythm-type team when they get their running game going in their passing game. And finally, they need to keep everything in front of them and don't allow any long scores.
It's a Classic 8 showdown. Arrowhead against Waukesha West. The kickoff coming up next. Welcome back to Waukesha West, everyone. A Classic 8 showdown tonight. Number 1 ranked Arrowhead taking on the homestanding Waukesha West Wolverines. Before we get started tonight, we're going to enjoy our national anthem. It'll be singing our national anthem tonight will be Laura Engels, a senior here at Waukesha West.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets run glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Lauren Engels, a senior here at Waukesha West with our national anthem here tonight. Outstanding rendition indeed. As you can see, it's going to be breezy tonight. Temperature has dropped. It will fall into the 40s tonight before our ball game is over. That wind, a crosswind tonight, going to go from the far side of the field, near side. That's going to present some problems, I think, tonight for special teams.
Well, on the longer throws and the longer kicks, it's going to affect the ball. On the shorter ones, they're thrown harder. As long as the quarterback throws a spiral, it probably won't be much of a problem. If you get a duck out there, it's probably going to fly away.
Arrowhead coming in with a record of 6-0, perfect mark in the conference, 5-0 in the league. Wolverines come in at 3-3, 3-2 in the Classic 8. They need a victory in one of these last 2 ball games to get playoff eligible.
Well, they play Arrowhead, of course, tonight, and I think they play Waukesha North next week, which I think certainly is a winnable game. This is a winnable game, but it won't be an easy game for them, that's for sure. But there's a good chance, I think, that they'll get the 4 wins they need to qualify for the playoffs.
We'll see the Wolverines with the football to start our ball game tonight. Warhawks will kick off. Wolverines are going to kick off, excuse me. So Waukesha West will kick off left to right as we view it here. Arrowhead dropping deep for their kick return team.
Both teams have really good kickers, and so that could play an important role in this game tonight, that's for sure.
Dom Tortorello and Ricky Finco standing back deep, awaiting the kick. Steve Drida does all the place kicking for Waukesha West. He is a semifinalist for the Kevin Stemke Award. That's given out by the Wisconsin Sports Network to the outstanding punter and kicker in the state of Wisconsin. So he's one of 15 semifinalists in the state for that award. And he's actually going on to Ball State.
Committed to Ball State as a Division I mid Division I team, and should do really well there. I did see both of them both kickers warm up, and they I think if both teams can get to the 35-40 yard line, they'll probably take a shot at a field goal.
Drida has it teed up on the 40, and the wind will take it off the tee one more time.
Probably going to have to get somebody up there to hold it. I don't think it's going to stay on there by itself in this wind.
As we mentioned, these teams have played 6 times in the last 4 years, and it's been split 3-3. So this has been a big rivalry game, one of the bigger matchups every season when that schedule comes out. The Classic 8, everyone looks at that schedule.
Well, West won the 2004 Division II state championship, and now they've moved up to Division I, but they're at the small end of Division I.
This kick will sail and one hop the end zone and out the back for a touchback.
Right.
So Arrowhead will get the football at the 20-yard line. We'll get our first look at the Warhawk offense here tonight, led by Brady Kelleher, a 6'6" senior quarterback.
Well, he's very capable. He has a very nice arm. He's a good runner for a 6'6" quarterback. And he has excellent receivers. He has 4 receivers that they play all the time. They have 1 running back. And he will never be under the center unless it's to in the victory formation to take a knee. Otherwise, he's going to be getting a short snap, and he's going to be getting rid of that ball real quick. And they have a lot of timing on their patterns, starting out with trips out to the right side.
3 receivers to the right, single receiver here to the near side on first down. And it's a direct snap. Totterello out of that Wildcat. He is stuffed right away at the 19-yard line for a loss of 1 on the play. In on the stop, Chris Westbrook, defensive tackle for the 1-yard loss.
Well, that's interesting. The first play of the game that you run your team out and go Wildcat. I don't know what that says, but it's interesting.
2 by 2 on the receiving core this time on 2nd down and 11. The ball at the 19-yard line. This time Kelleher will line up in the shotgun. Big kid throws a nice football. Hand it off, just a straight dive play over the right side. Get 8 of those yards right back on a nice play. As we get a look at our starting offensive line tonight for Arrowhead.
Well, we've got Nathan Kanegeiser, Tom Reimer, Eric Precia, George Panos, and Jake McQuestion, the starters for Arrowhead.
Kim, Ricky, and Kenny Finko. Totterello, the halfback, and Ty Yeager, the running back for this team. And it's kind of an H-back situation with that the halfback and Totterello.
I think those first 2 linemen we had up there are not from the correct roster. Ben Bredeson and Gabe Morris are the left tackle and left guard for Arrowhead.
3rd down, and Kelleher scrambles, gets 3, gets the first down out across the 30-yard line. It's Eric Schmitz there on the stop. There's that secondary along with Nick Radloff, the sophomore inside linebacker.
Simple straight ahead play. They needed to get that first down to get a little better field position. In this wind conditions, you don't want to get caught backed up in your inside your own red zone.
And we'd like to thank First Bank Financial Center for being our first down sponsor on Thursday Night Lights. First Bank Financial Center, discover the community bank difference. On first down, Kelleher again across the 35 out to the 36-yard line. Gain of about 5 as we set the defense.
There's the defensive line. Jake Heckel, Ben Rux, Chris Westbrook, and Dave Konowalski for West. Their linebackers Abe Gustafson, Nick Radloff, and Ben Milzer. The secondary, as we talked earlier, Dyson Shimura, Bronson Semero is outside backer, really, and Eric Schmitz and Andreski.
First pass of the ball game, and it's caught out there. Brandon Kim with a diving catch on a nice pitch that time by Brady Kelleher out toward midfield. They'll mark him down just shy of the 50-yard line at the 48, and a first down as we get another look.
Well, he's 6'6", but he's very athletic. Gets up on his toes, has a great catch. Receivers oftentimes make the quarterback look better than the throw.
Gain of 14 and a first down. The little shovel pass inside to Tuttarello. Breaks a tackle inside the 40, inside the 35, and down to the 32-yard line. Jake Heckel finally rode him down, but a big gain into Wolverine territory down at the Waukesha West 33-yard line.
Well, that's just that option shovel play that Tim Tebow ran so well at Florida when he was playing for the Gators, and I saw them run that 3 or 4 times in practice on Tuesday, and it looked good then. It looked really good tonight as well. That's a tough play to start.
22-yard pickup and a first down here for Arrowhead, so they march their way in to Waukesha West territory. Officials stopping play here momentarily. Again, we want to remind you that Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights is available streaming live online. Log on to my24milwaukee.com. Click on the Thursday Night Lights link. You'll find our schedule, complete game videos and photos. You can post your own photos and join the Thursday Night Lights conversation. My24milwaukee.com, and that play going nowhere. Again, the Wolverine defense right on top that time as they stop Ty Yeager on his carry.
Gustafson and Radloff on the play right up the middle, and they in the A gaps, and that play went nowhere.
Unblocked,
Yeah,
both
job.
players
both
unblocked.
Players, yep, untouched. Had to be a mix-up there in the offensive line.
And about a yard out of that, second and a long 9 here for the Warhawks. As again, the quarterback will run the option. A good play that time as
Right.
the defense not fooled there. Once again, it was Milzer. Ben Milzer, the outside linebacker, and Konowalski on the defensive end here on the near side to make the play.
Yeah, Milzer did a good job. He got up the field, turned the play in, and Konowalski was able to make the stop. And also, quarterback cut on his inside foot. That'll get you a slippage, and that's what he got. He went down.
Again, natural turf field, one of the few still left in the area, but and we had a little bit of rain out here earlier this afternoon, and with the changing temperatures and that, the field in excellent condition, but it's going to be a little slick trying to plant and cut off of that soft turf here tonight.
Well, there's a key play already, third and 8.
And the snap over the quarterback's head. It will fall back into Arrowhead territory. It'll be picked up and dropped. Immediately trying to pick that ball up, Ricky Finkel. That was dangerous right there. It was Jake Heckel who got back there to cover him up on the play.
Well, Bronson Cimarron was back there too and forced him to evade him, and then was able to make the play. This is just a snap that got away, and now they're forced to punt.
Crochet, the center, just snapped it right over his head, and Kelleher never had a chance. And Finkel making a dangerous play here, tried to pick it up and run with it instead of just falling on it.
It's pretty hard to snap it over a 6'6" kid's head too.
Here's the punt by Steve Dentise, and it's muffed by the receiver. The ball is on the turf, inside the 20, and he got it back. So they cover it up, and getting on it there was Drew Rhodes back there.
It was a wobbly kick. It wasn't a spiral. It was very difficult to handle, and the wind is blowing it as well. I think we get a good shot of it from behind right here. Signaled fair catch, didn't quite get set, and made things a little tough for himself.
So we'll get the offense here for the Wolverines as they get to the line of scrimmage. Get our first look at Drew Rhodes taking over at quarterback for this Wolverine team. Junior, 5'11", 160. He'll turn and he'll give to Semero, trying to get the corner left side, nothing doing. Arrowhead defense had that play snuffed out, a loss of 4. Up front it was Billy Hirschfeld who got in there on the initial stop.
Well, outside zone play, and they stretched it out. That defense is very mobile. I think one thing that probably have to do tonight to neutralize it, West will have to run some counter plays, and they do run counter tray, and counters is a big part of their running game. So they'll keep them honest. They'll have to run those plays.
Second and long. Rhodes will hand it off, and in the backfield they catch him right away. Again, it's Semero, stopped for a loss. Is Hirschfeld again as we set the offensive line for you for Waukesha West.
Josh Neff, Austin Vetta, Tom Walker, Kyle Myers, and Joe Schultz are all underclassmen. 4 juniors and a sophomore. And then Sharnick, Chamura, Wright, Dryda, Semero, and Dunson Lilly are the receivers and running backs.
Chamura battling his way back from a devastating knee injury in 2011.
Right, missed the whole season.
Now 3rd and 12 now for Waukesha West. And quarterback option as Drew Rhodes will take it up the middle, gets it back across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. Quickly will set the defense for Arrowhead.
Yeah, Seselak, Hirschfeld, Fisher, and Rupard are up front. Good front four. Hirschfeld, 6'6". Sheen, Buckner, Driscoll, and Seitz are the linebackers, all very good. And then we talked about Abrish, Romanesco, Sandstrom, and Rippling are the 4 deep, and they all very capable players.
Dryda will punt this one away. Gets off a nice kick, gets it to turn over. And Tortorella will let it bounce. It'll roll inside the 20 and dead at the 17-yard line. We'll take a timeout. 5:09 remaining here in this first quarter. No score. Number 1 ranked Arrowhead taking on Waukesha West tonight in Waukesha. Our Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Light game of the week.
Hey, I'm here on the sidelines. District Manager Tom Haves from Wendy's. They got a great thing with students showing IDs. Tom, how you doing tonight? And tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we're doing fine here. And you just bring in show your student ID, and you get a free Frost anytime you come into Wendy's.
And when you come in, what you guys got a new sandwich, huh?
We got a bacon portobello milk for all your cheese lovers out there. Come on in and try it at Wendy's.
You know what? From what I understand, it's a great sandwich. Give it a shot.
Mike, thank you very much. 5:09 to go here in our first quarter. No score. Arrowhead and Waukesha West tonight. A Classic 8 battle. West won the game last year, 21-13 in the final minute of that ball game. So far, each team.
Steve Dryda got him really good field position here with a booming punt.
Kelleher wants to throw over the middle, incomplete. Tried to get that one out to Kenny Finko on a crossing route over the middle.
Pretty well covered.
Not much he could do there. We talked about Brady Kelleher. Again, he's a Dave Craig Award semifinalist for Outstanding Quarterback in the state by the Wisconsin Sports Network. Coming off an 8-for-10 ball game last week, 149 yards and 3 touchdowns in the 60-point victory over Waukesha South.
Well, what I like is he's completing 69% of his passes and only thrown 2 interceptions. That's the numbers that really interest me as a coach.
Showing blitz, Kelleher will keep. Kelleher up the middle across the 20, diving forward near the 24-yard line.
Well, Waukesha showed blitz, and they both linebackers got caught off balance, and I think got pushed back on that play up the middle. Ben Milzer was able to make the stop. You can see a lot of blue shirts going backwards there, and that's not a good sign.
Well, 3rd and short now for Arrowhead. 3rd, we'll call it 3. Kelleher. Again, that middle option, and there it is. It is going to go for 6 here. Nobody home as Ty Yeager will take it into the house for the touchdown.
Yeah, that's a great play. I'm surprised more people who run the spread don't run that. It's got an element of the option which you have to defend, and then you get just a little inside shovel pass, which if anybody drops it, it's a forward pass and it's not a fumble.
Yeager.
And somehow nobody was there. I'm not sure. I get too tight a shot there to really see exactly what happened, but you could tell right away that nobody was going to catch him.
Yeager's 5th touchdown of the season. They will go for 2 here. Tomadeller will run option, pitches the back for Finko. Finko picks it up, nowhere to go, now wants to throw and get rid of it. It's intercepted.
And they'll go downfield.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to have all kinds of linemen downfield. The umpire, Paul Feldhausen, throwing the flag on that one.
Yep. That's usually what happens when you have a broken play like that on the goal line. The linemen don't know what you're going to do, and they're downfield looking to block somebody.
It's our first Cone and Smith penalty flag of the evening. So the try for 2 goes for 9, 6-0 Arrowhead. The 75-yard pass completion from Kelleher to Ty Yeager. And we get another look at that touchdown.
It is right here. Start out to the right. He has the potential to pitch on the option, but then dumps it back inside, which is really a forward pass. It's a very safe play. If a lineman would knock it down, it would certainly be an incomplete pass, not a fumble. And Arrowhead runs that play very well. They worked on it in practice on Tuesday.
Ran to perfection there, 70-some yards for the touchdown. And Yeager, his 5th touchdown of the year. 6-0 Arrowhead, as Dentiste will get set to kick this one off for the Warhawks. Rhodes standing back. 3-man return team here. This will come here to the near side. Eric Schmitz cut back at the 20, and he's dropped down at the 22-yard line. That's where Wolverines will get their 2nd possession tonight. Is coming up to make the stop, Austin Hallinger coming in to make the stop on special teams for Arrowhead.
Well, it was a good kick. It was very high, give the coverage a chance to get down and get in position. They pinned him in on the sideline. He really didn't have much choice.
2nd possession of the game for the Wolverines.
Well, they need to answer. That's one thing we said at the beginning, that they couldn't give those long scores. They needed to keep everything in front of them, and they let one get away. Let's see if they can get it back.
Rhodes play action, wants to throw left, ball in the air. Oh, it's nearly picked off and dropped. Looking for Chimera out there on the far side. Now Jackson Abrish broke it up as we head downstairs to Mike.
Hey guys, listening to the defensive coordinator over on Arrowhead, they're expecting wider gaps, some trap plays, and they're thinking they're going to try to pick the tempo up just a tad on this possession.
Tried to do that on that particular play, looking for Chimera, but
They're lucky Abrish didn't run that in, because he's not going to drop very many of them.
so 2nd and 10 from the 22. Dunson Lilly in the backfield, the single back. 4 receivers going out, and they'll give to Dunson Lilly. He's met in the backfield and dropped for a 2-yard loss. Billy Hirschfield was in there immediately to send Dunson Lilly to the turf.
Well, we've already seen that Billy Hirschfield is a load. He's junior, 6'6", 266, and he is everywhere he's supposed to be, doing what he's supposed to be doing. And he's Coach Molling says he's got definite Division I potential, and I would say, from what I can see, he's right.
Anytime you can walk the right guard right into the backfield
Right.
and then make the tackle, I'd say that's got some talent.
Exactly.
3rd and 13. 2 receivers to the left. Wants to throw here near side, and it's well overthrown. Incomplete, looking for David Conrad, the 2nd tight end out there for the Wolverines. Alex Romanesco, the defender, nearest that play.
Well, they had Conrad open on that, but it would take a perfect throw, and he couldn't quite get it in there.
So another 3 and out here for the Wolverines as Dryda will come in. Actually, this is going to be Milzer that's going to do the punting here. Gets this one away to the near side. It will drift across midfield. It will bounce and roll inside the 40 to the 39, down by Chimera there. Don't miss all of the high-flying, bone-crushing action of Ring of Honor Wrestling Saturday at 9, followed by the Pro Wrestling Report at 10, right here on My 24. Just over 3 minutes to go here in our first quarter. A 6-0 Arrowhead lead on a 75-yard touchdown pass from Kelleher to Ty Yeager.
It's interesting that Milner was punting. I wonder, Steve Dryda, I don't see him out here, if he got injured in that first series or what. Oh, there he is. He's standing on the sideline. For some reason, he didn't punt. He's a great punter.
Kelleher will check off the play from that wristband. As Yeager in the backfield, 4 receivers, 2 by 2. We'll give it to Yeager. Tries to pick his way around the right side. Gang tackled there across the 40-yard line. Give him the 42 on forward progress that time. I believe it was Westbrook who led the way that time, led the charge for those Wolverine defenders.
Well, Chris Westbrook is off to a good start. He's had, we've called his name at least 2 times already. He's a big kid, 6'1", 290 pounds, and he moves really well. You can see him right there, the big 9-0. He had a little help in that, too.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 upcoming from the 42-yard line. Kelleher wants to throw man open, and it goes incomplete.
That was a well-conceived play right there.
Yep, he was looking for Brandon Kim, the senior, their leading receiver.
He didn't really know which way Kim was going to turn. He threw it to his outside, and he was looking over the inside. And with the wind blowing from the quarterback's right to left, that carried the ball away from him.
Sets up 3rd and 7 here for Arrowhead.
But that's one of those plays that it's designed to keep the defense honest from coming up and playing the run too fast, and that was very effective.
And he'll have Yeager in the backfield. Slot left and a slot right. 4 receivers going out here for Arrowhead. Fake to Yeager. They're going to throw it back, a little bubble screen here to the near side. Finko with the catch, and Finko across midfield right near the first down marker. Abe Gustafson brought him down right at the first down marker, and it is enough for a First Bank first down.
Well, again, interesting play that fake the zone play and come back and pop a little screen, an inside screen coming to the middle, and very effective play. Really keeps the defense off balance.
First Bank Financial Center, our first down sponsor again this season for Thursday Night Lights. 1st and 10, ball just across midfield. Kelleher wants to throw, goes back over the middle, dangerous pass, incomplete, thrown into double coverage that time. Intended that time for Kenny Finko. Eric Schmitz breaking up defensively as we go downstairs once again to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, listening to the offensive coordinators in Waukesha West, they do it a little different. The line goes to one bench, the skill position players go to another. Listen to skill position guys talking about some of the things that they think are open. But I can tell you this, Dylan Chimura is the spokesperson for that group. He's talking to their coach about, look, if it's 3rd down, here's what they're showing. 2nd down, they're doing something a little different. He certainly is engaged and he understands the game extremely well.
Well, he's got a little bloodline going for him too.
He certainly does.
His dad is helping coach. So
Kelleher runs right into Westbrook, right at the line of scrimmage. Lucky to get a couple of yards that time. Chris Westbrook again stepping up and making the play, this time taking down the quarterback, Kelleher.
Well, Waukesha's defense has made some good plays. They just haven't been able to string them together enough to stop the drive. They need to make 2 in a row, maybe 3 in a row in order to get this done.
Once again, they put Arrowhead in a 3rd and long situation. 3rd and 9 from the Wolverine 48-yard line. This time they'll send Todorello in motion. They'll throw it out, air it out down the far sideline. Has a receiver out there, over the shoulder catch and out of bounds. Ricky Finko with the catch, and it's inside the 20-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 15. Alex Andrasky was the defender back there as we take another look.
Well, there wasn't much Alex could do because that ball was perfectly thrown to the outside shoulder. It's a great catch. You can see it over the top. That is about as hard a catch as there is because of the ball coming over your helmet. You lose sight of it for a while. But Ricky Finko is one of the best athletes in the school at Arrowhead, and he showed why there.
33-yard pickup, 1st and 10 from the 15. Breaking tackles inside the 5. Down to the 4-yard line is the other Finko brother, Kenny Finko, the senior. Bronson Semero brought him down.
There are the 2 more in the fairly long line of Finko boys that were good football players, but that's that little shovel pass play that West is going to have to find a solution to. They're getting sealed off and can't get anybody to make the play.
2nd down, short one here. You get it just across the 5-yard line. Kelleher gets them set at the line. And they'll give it to Yeager. Yeager inside the 5, touchdown, Arrowhead.
He came out of the pile, and it appeared that he was stopped, but he got out of that pile and walked it in.
Yeager, his 2nd touchdown, this one from 6 yards out. Ty Yeager. As we get another look here.
Just a straight ahead give, and see everybody gets turned around on defense. Nobody knows where he is, and he was able to make the play.
Once again, the Warhawks going to go for 2 here.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they're going for 2. They have a good kicker. But
Steve Tatis, not a bad place kicker.
Right.
Trevor Ostling as well. And just a little, the old jump pass that time to convert for the
that was
2-point
Tom Todorella at
Yep.
Wildcat formation. He dumped it to the quarterback. Or no, that was to 95.
Billy Hirschfield.
Billy Hirschfield. That's who it was. Yeah.
The old jump pass.
Again, I saw that they were working on that in practice on Tuesday when I was out there, and that's old-fashioned football in a way. From a new-fashioned system, it's an old-fashioned play. But they have the 6'6" guy they can dump it to. It's a good play.
So the 2-point conversion pushes the lead to 14. 14-0 Arrowhead. So we head downstairs once again to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, how you doing? Here with Ted Schneider. He's the head of the youth, the Waukesha Youth Area Football League, and Tony McCudden. He's a coach. I used to coach him. I'm old. Hey, how many kids in your program?
We've got 325 this year, 16 teams.
16 teams. These kids go to 3 different schools then?
Yeah, it's north, south, and west. Of course, west, right?
Yeah.
And it's 5th through 8th grade, and we play all over the area. We've got the Classic Youth Football League, and have a great time with the kids.
Tony McCudden, you obviously were coached well as a kid. That's why you got into coaching.
I have the best coach right here, Mike McGivern. He taught me everything I know about football, baseball, basketball,
And life.
And life. That's right. You coached me in basketball.
Hey,
too?
his son is he's transferred up to Wisconsin. You're going to start seeing him play next year. Kevin's an awfully good football player.
Thank you, Mike. He had a great experience here at Waukesha West. He's at Wisconsin right now. He's a transfer. He's number 37, and he's looking forward to great things coming in the future.
Boys, thanks a lot. Keep up the good work with these kids in Waukesha.
Thanks, Mike.
1st and 10, Wolverines following the kickoff at their own 23-yard line. They'll hand it off. And this is Arbrian Dunson-Lilly with second carry of the night, brought down by Matt Seitz, the junior inside linebacker.
This is a little counter trap play. I think you'll see the left guard pulling across. We have a replay on this. And trapping the lineman. There he is right there, number 53, traps number 39. Running back comes in behind the block, and they get about 2 yards. Tough way to get 2 yards, but that was effective blocking scheme.
Clock going to run out as our first quarter will come to an end here at Waukesha West High School. The number 1 ranked Arrowhead Warhawks on top of Waukesha West 14-0. Our Thursday night lights in Waukesha tonight on My 24. 14-point Warhawk lead as we head into the second quarter. John Weiser, Dick Basham, Mike McGivern with you from Waukesha West tonight. Senior night tonight for the Wolverines. First play of our second quarter for the Wolverines, facing a 2nd and 7. Rhodes wants to throw the screen. It's bobbled and dropped incomplete. It was intended for Dunson-Lilly, and it was Kevin Driscoll who broke it up, the Sam linebacker for Arrowhead.
A little middle screen. Quarterback drops deep and kind of draws the defensive end, and then he dumps it over the heads of the rushing linemen, and the back wasn't able to handle it. It was almost picked off. They were lucky it wasn't picked off, and ends up to be an incomplete pass.
Dryda coming in now at the flanker spot. They'll line up here on the near side. Chase Sharnick also lined up in a slot here. Rhodes on the scramble, still on his feet,
Trouble.
and down he goes, in trouble back at the 20-yard line.
No,
There's
he
a
didn't have
coverage
anybody to
sack
throw
that
to.
time.
Yeah, they were all covered very well.
Driscoll again in on the stop for Arrowhead as we get another look.
Yeah, he's rolling out to his left here. You got to get his feet turned, ready to throw, but everybody's covered. He's going to try to make the best out of a bad situation. Forced to punt.
Mike McGivern, what do you have for us?
Hey guys, the first time they let me throw T-shirts for the T-shirt toss, I hit a kid halfway up. His name is Owen. Hit him in the hands. He dropped it. Owen, what happened?
I don't know. It just somebody took it out of my hands.
No, he dropped it. He dropped it clear, man. If this thing was taped, hey, you hit him right smack in the hands. Hey, I'm telling you, this was the best throw I've had in 10 years. I hit Owen square it right in the chest, and he dropped it, man. That was a good throw.
No, it wasn't.
It was the best.
Terrible.
We have it on tape.
Yeah, I know.
No, we don't have it on tape. It was the best throw I ever had. Owen, I finally almost had a completion. You blew it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, it sounds like the NFL a little bit. Sounds like a Bear receiver.
Ooh.
Although I don't know if do I trust Owen with this. I think we're kind of siding with him.
I'd like to
this.
see the tape on that.
Well,
myself. Yeah.
Well, on that bad punt here, where they're trying to figure out, we've got a penalty marker down at the 5-yard line. I think they're trying to figure out what we need to do here as far as the infraction.
Illegal forward pass.
Yep, that's probably what it is. And Arrowhead will take over. Again, our penalty flags this season brought to you by Conan Smith, your criminal defense team. People in the know to call Conan Smith.
Well, evidently, I don't know, maybe we could get Mike McGivern to check on this, why Steve Dryda is not punting, because he's definitely the punter. And that
was Milzer, and so from the spot of the foul, they will mark the football inside the 5, 1st and goal, Arrowhead. Kelleher rolls right, now throws left, completes the pass, and in the end zone for the touchdown.
That was Kim, wasn't it?
I believe so. Brandon Kim on the
13
reception.
From the left side, yep.
Yep, Brandon Kim with the touchdown reception, his 4th touchdown of the year on Arrowhead, now with a 20-0 lead.
Well, this is not what Waukesha West wanted. They needed to take the ball and keep it away from Arrowhead, and the exact opposite has happened, and the result is looks like it's going to be 21 points. Now they're going to go for 2. For some reason, they're not kicking either. I didn't think the wind was that strong, but nobody's kicking tonight.
Brandon Kim, 5'11", 180. His 15th catch of the year. That one goes for 6. And they'll go for 2. And Tottarella again will keep it. Tottarella into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. One of the best athletes on this Arrowhead team.
Yeah, he is.
Dom Tottarello, the senior, 5'11", 186 with a 2-point conversion to make it a 22-point lead.
Essentially, he does it all. He fakes just fakes a run to the right here. A zone run. Sorry, step to the right. Well, this is a touchdown. I'm sorry. That's a little throw out to Brandon Kim. He just ducks inside and takes it to the end zone.
They take advantage of the poor punt that time, the miscommunication on the snap, and then the trying to pass that one out of the area, out of that 5-yard line area. So one play later, Warhawks into the end zone. Mike, what do you have?
Steve Drida had hurt his back, and the backup punter had a really good game last week against Catholic Memorial. Drida's coming back, and he's ready to go probably maybe the second half or next week, but they were really happy with the backup punter last week, so they're giving him a shot.
Well, if he's got a bad back, that's what you have to do. But his first punt went about 70 yards, so it didn't look too bad to me. I thought he kicked the first punt.
Steve Dentis will kick this one off for Arrowhead. And this one will bounce to the near sideline and will be picked up here on the near side. And out across the 18 to the 19-yard line with that reception was Austin Della, and Selhausen brought him down for Arrowhead. CW18 is TV to talk about every weeknight at 5 and 5:30. Catch all the laughs with the classic episodes of 2.5 Men at a new time. And then don't miss Family Feud with hilarious host Steve Harvey at 6 and 6:30. Survey says laugh 5 nights a week on Milwaukee's CW18. 1st and 10 for Arrowhead, or for Wolverines, I should say. And they are stopped right at the line of scrimmage. May have gotten a yard out of that, as on Semero on the carry that time. Matt Seitz there on the stop, along with Hirschfield.
Well, it's just a little straight ahead hand-back counter type play, and Arrowhead was not fooled, and they were in the gaps and took care of business.
2nd and 9. We're early second quarter. It's 22-0 Arrowhead.
We need to get a pass completion here to establish a passing game to take the heat off the running game.
3-step drop, wants to swing it out far side, and that one's nearly picked off, as it was intended for David Conrad out there. It was Charlie Rudeman there that was nearly had a pick 6 going the other way.
He did. He had his hands on it, had it in sight. Arrowhead is really pressing the receivers, and they're not really respecting a deep throw of any kind. And as a result, they're all over the passes.
Drida back in there now on offense at a flanker position. Also late getting on is Chase Sharnick, sophomore receiver. So 3rd and 9 for the Wolverines.
They really don't want to give this ball back right away. They need to see if they can come up with some kind of a completion here.
Rhodes rolling right. Now cuts it upfield. Breaks a tackle. Rhodes with some running room. Rhodes gets across the 30 and should have forward progress for a first down before he was roped down by Jackson Abrish that time on the tackle.
Well, that's one of the reasons that West decided to change quarterbacks, is because of Rhodes' running ability, and he did show it there.
So
what he needs to show is ability to complete a pass. Here he starts to the right, ducks up inside, sees nobody open, takes off to the left, and is able to outrun the defense enough just to get the first down.
First Bank, first down. First Bank sponsor this year on Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights. 1st and 10 Wolverines. Ball just across their own 30-yard line. Rhodes wants to throw again. Rhodes breaks off a tackle, wants to heave it downfield, has a receiver out there, ball in the air, and no penalty marker thrown at all as they both went for the ball. Sharnik, that time the intended receiver is Charlie Rudiman, was the defender. Do have a late flag down at the 35-yard line.
Charlie Rudiman just grabbed him and pulled him back, and it was pretty obvious the official was in position to see it. And
it was Hirschfield with the pressure up the middle as we get the interference call, 15 yards from the line of scrimmage and an automatic first down for the Wolverines.
Yeah, it's not the NFL. You get 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, but you do get a first down out of it.
Moves the football out to the 45-yard line. The official is having trouble getting that flag out of his pocket with the gloves and everything else on tonight.
Right.
So 1st and 10 Wolverines at their own 45, and they'll hand it off. Summerow trying the right side. Got a couple.
They're just not able to sustain enough blocks in order to get anything going with the running game, and their passing game is pretty much predicated on play-action passes off of their running game, and without any running game success, it's hard to develop that play-action passes. Here you can see it's just a straight-ahead zone play, and Arrowhead is all over it.
Matt Seitz again, yeah, we've called his name a couple of times. Again, an interesting player at 6'2", 215, drawing some Division I interest.
Right, he was only a junior, and he's had 4 tackles already tonight, so he's having a good night.
2nd and 8. Rhodes, this time with time, now breaks it back down, and he's going to be roped down back behind the original line of scrimmage.
Well, they need to get a little bit more of a short, quick release. He's having trouble making decisions and getting rid of the ball. You see, he's only 5'10", and he's behind a lot of big linemen. He may be having a little bit of trouble seeing. So
Brian Seselak, the senior who got in there, the 6'4", 210-pound defensive end for Arrowhead. Loss of 3 sets up 3rd and 11.
Well, we don't want if you're Waukesha West, you don't want this drive to end right here. You need to keep the ball, and you want to get down and get some points on the board before halftime. Let's see if they can get the first down.
Rhodes will work from shotgun. Steps up, delivers. It's through the receiver's hands, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jackson Abrish again, the senior, 6'1", 185-pound senior.
Right through David Conrad's hands, and so you'll take a look at it here again. I believe it's a ball he really should have caught. Now it's a little behind him. He wasn't looking quite quick enough, and it was thrown a little behind him. That's what happens. You get a good defensive play here and get the turnover.
So Arrowhead will take over at their own 45-yard line. Jackson Abrish, a player we had featured here in our pregame tonight, as that pass intended for Finko goes incomplete.
That was for Kenny Finko. Yep. Can't tell the players how to program him at all.
You got 80 and 81 are brothers, yeah. Ricky and Kenny.
Kenny's a little bit bigger. I guess that's how we're going to tell him.
Yeah, he's the basketball player. We did a game out here last year, Mike and I, and Kenny Finko did a nice job for Arrowhead in that ball game. There's his brother Ricky, the junior, 5'9".
I think I'm impressed by Arrowhead. They really execute very well. Their precision, the timing is good. The quarterback gets the ball out.
Kelleher looking for Finko, and it goes over his head, incomplete.
Well, that's a pass they completed earlier in the game, but it was that was a perfect throw. This one had to be thrown out of bounds. Alex Andreski was defending and in good. He was in good position on the first one. It was just perfectly thrown. That one, he forced him to throw it out of bounds.
Well, 3rd and 10 now for the Warhawks. Just under 8 minutes to go here in this first half. Grady Kelleher. And we're going to get a timeout taken here by Waukesha West. We'll stop play here with 7:52 to go here in this first half. Some confusion on defense. They were trying to get a separate package in there that time, and it was late getting on the field, and rather than risk a broken play, they elect to take the timeout.
Yeah, I think that was a good call. At this point in the game, when you're down by 3 scores, you can't afford to just give up another one because you're not organized and didn't get the right people in the right place. So we'll regroup here and see if they can come up with a big play on this 3rd and 10.
Well, this Arrowhead team averaging close to 47 points per game while only giving up 10 per contest. They have one of the leading scorers in the state of Wisconsin as far as points per game average is concerned. Third member of our crew tonight is Mike McGivern. Mike, what do you have for us?
Here with Jonathan Smith from Conan Smith. Again, as always, thank you so much for being part of this. It feels like football weather, doesn't it?
Oh, this is great weather for football. It brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah, no doubt. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in your firm, obviously giving back to the community as usual.
Absolutely. We're very supportive of this process in the high school football here, and we want everyone to do well despite what we do, but if people need us, we're there for them.
Yeah, I would give him a call. I hope just to have lunch and chat one day.
Absolutely.
Jonathan Smith. Sharon Long says hello, by the way. As Kelleher going to be wrapped up in the backfield for a loss back at the 44-yard line. Looks like Konowalski got in there first. David Konowalski, the junior, 6'3", 190 as we get another look.
Well, I think Arrowhead decided to play this pretty safe. They didn't want to get a turnover. Everybody knows it was a passing situation. Let's just keep the ball in the middle of the field and punt and take our chances on defense.
Well, Steve Dentiste will punt this one away. And now we got
jumps
movement.
off. It won't be a first down, but it did. It's kind of a dumb penalty.
Well, while they march off the yardage here, we want to remind you to listen to the Wendy's Varsity Blitz scoreboard show Friday nights at 7 on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP. Get updates and scores from all the key high school football games in the area. The Varsity Blitz scoreboard show presented by Wendy's Friday nights at 7 on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP. Mike McGivern and company.
Just a little lack of concentration on Waukesha West part there and cost him 5 yards.
The Dentiste punt, fair catch signaled for and made on that far side by Eric Schmitz, right around his 15-yard line.
Well, Arrowhead's done a good job of keeping Waukesha West backed up, and that was one of our keys to the game. And they've done a good job of getting them back. And a team that depends on the run, it's very difficult to go 80 yards on a consistent basis without some help with the passing game, which has been pretty much non-existent tonight, and out some help from the defense. And Arrowhead is not an error-prone team, so they're going to have to earn it on their own and get this running game going somehow.
Drew Rhodes taking over the quarterback position the last 2 ball games. He will hand it off. And this is Dunson Lilly. Arbrian Dunson Lilly, the sophomore, trying to get the left side. Got a couple that time, brought down by Shane Buckner.
Well, he tried to bounce it to the outside, and he had a little bit of running room, but Arrowhead moves very well in defense, and they closed it up real quick.
Just a sophomore, 5'11", 170, Dunstan Lilly. Got a very young team out there on this varsity level here for Waukesha West. Rhodes, play action, wants to come back near side. Looking for Chimera, and it goes incomplete. Penalty markers on the play. Alex Sandstrom was defending Chimera that time down the near sideline.
Well, he was open. He underthrew it a little bit, but Chimera's a big kid, and there's not much a defender can do other than make contact with him. It wasn't a brutal interference penalty, but he did put his hand on him and gets a first down for Waukesha West. That's been their best passing play so far as interference penalty.
John Golombiewski is our referee tonight in his 48th season in stripes.
He did many games for Marquette High when I was coaching there, and he and his guys always do a good job.
I think he threw a flag on me one time too. Back in the day.
I'm not saying I didn't ever disagree with him, but he does a really good job.
St. Joe Lancers down in Kenosha. Draw play here. Dunson Lilly breaks one tackle, gets it out to the 40-yard line. Once again, Mike, what do you have?
Hey guys, listening to the defensive coordinator for Waukesha West, they're really going to try to build on what the stop that they just had. Trying hard to do that. They're trying to figure out when they go empty backfield who's going to blitz and where they're going to blitz from, but only one guy. So they're starting to figure out. I think they're feeling pretty good about that stop.
Well, they should be. I think it was a good stop for them. They needed to get it. Now they need to get some points on here to start neutralizing the 22-point lead.
Another good run by Dunson Lilly that time. Brought down by Abrish that time, the senior, already with an interception tonight.
Well, this is a little bit more of what Waukesha West likes to do, and they just pound away at it. Now they're on schedule. 3rd and 3 is a manageable 3rd down situation. We'll see if they try to run it or if they come up with a play-action pass.
3rd and 3 from their own 44-yard line. This is Summerall around the near side, gets the first down and more, just short of midfield. Good burst that time by Bronson Summerall, the senior running back. Finally brought down by Sheen Buckner.
Well, Summerall did a good job of coming up inside and keeping the defense inside and then bouncing it to the outside. A good running back sets up the defense and for the blockers, and that's exactly what he did. He was able to get that first down.
Another first bank, first down for the Wolverines. Clock rolling, 5 minutes to go here in our second quarter, 22-0. Arrowhead on top, at Waukesha West trying to put together a nice drive. Rhodes again to Dunson Lilly. Nice cut back over the middle to Arrowhead territory down to the 46. Sheen Buckner again in on the tackle for the Warhawks.
Well, just a little counter play. It looked like the play was going to start to the left and it ends up going back to the right. See the hand back right there. And well blocked, and he did have a little crack. Able to get up the field and get 4 yards, almost 5.
Call it 2nd and 5. Again, Dunson Lilly breaks a tackle. Dunson Lilly. Nice little run up to the 41-yard line. Alex Sandstrom finally brought him down. Gain of 6 and a first down. Another good strong run by Arbrion Dunson Lilly.
Yeah,
5'11", 170.
He doesn't look 170, but he
tough runner.
He's a tough runner. He's got good quickness, good lateral movement, and when he sees that crack, he has a little burst and can get through it.
Official timeout here for a measurement. They'll bring the sticks in from the far side.
What they need here is running the clock. They still have enough time to get down and score. They need this first down. And I think they got it. Yep. Yes, they did.
By the length of a football. A first down for the Wolverines. So an impressive drive here that started just inside their own 10-yard line.
Well, they got the help of the interference penalty, got them out of field position trouble, and now they've been able to establish a running game, which we'll see if they can draw that defense up a little bit, maybe take advantage of a play-action pass in this series.
So 1st and 10 for the Wolverines at the Arrowhead 41-yard line. Dunson Lilly fumbles the football.
Yeah, pulled it out.
As they strip it out of Dunson Lilly, but I believe the Wolverines fell on one of the linemen got in there. Might have been Josh Schneff.
I thought it was Austin Vedham. I thought number 53 is the guy who got up with it, but I could be wrong. Arrowhead pulled it out right there.
Yep. Shane Buckner.
Yeah, Shane Buckner. Yep.
You are correct, Coach. It was Vetta who came up with the loose football, kept possession here for the Wolverines. 2nd and 7 for Waukesha West. Again, the ride to Dunson Lilly, and he is met at the line of scrimmage and driven back there. Good surge that time by the defensive front. Hallinger and Seitz, I believe, both there for Arrowhead.
Well, just a simple running, straight ahead running play, and Arrowhead was sniffed this one out. Was able to stuff it. Now Waukesha's got themselves in what I would consider a passing situation. We'll see if they probably they're close to 4 down territory where they might have 2 downs to get this 7 yards.
Rhodes will work from shotgun. Has a wing to his left. That's Chimura in motion going to the right.
Timeout.
Another timeout taken here by Waukesha West. Second timeout of the half for Waukesha West.
They might have been looking at getting a delay of game.
And we'll take our break here as well. 2.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Waukesha West trailing our Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights in Waukesha. It's our Thursday Night Lights fan camp presented to you every week by Wendy's. Wendy's, now that's better. Wolverine Pond squad in attendance here tonight on a chilly evening here in Waukesha. Temperature dropped a good 30 degrees, I think, between 2 and 4 this afternoon.
Fortunately, we're in a very nice, warm press box.
You keep mentioning that, Mike's going to get angry.
Yeah, I know. Too bad.
3rd and long here for the Wolverines, 3rd and 7.
He gets the big bucks to be on the sideline.
Rhodes with time, coming back near side, looking for Chimura, and it's almost picked off and dropped incomplete. Sandstrom jumping in front of Chimura to break that pass off. So I'll bring up 4th down as we head downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Hey, you know, I used to know Dick Basham when he was smashing baskets and he was tough. He had the hat on, walking up and down the sidelines. Now he wants to talk about how nice and warm it is up in the press box. What's happened to him?
Hey, Mike, I earned it.
I told you, you got to watch yourself. He's listening in all the time.
It's like having your mom at the game, you know?
Waukesha West with their 3rd and final timeout here on special teams. Discuss what they want to do here. They're facing a 4th and 7 on the Arrowhead 38-yard line. Well, pretty much as advertised tonight. We've been impressed with Arrowhead team speed across the board. Special teams, defense, offense, they certainly have it.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to watch Waukesha West practice much. I was trying to see both teams on the same day, and Arrowhead was completing their practice by 5 o'clock, so I was here early and went there. So I'm a little more up on what Arrowhead was doing. I know the Waukesha does like to run the ball. Arrowhead's just a little bit too quick on defense, and they haven't been able to get a passing game going, and that's really stymied their running game for the most part, other than this 3 or 4 first downs they've had right here.
Well, it appears they will go for it here as Coach Steve Rux puts the offense back out on the field here on 4th and 7.
I think at this situation now, you have to. Let your kids think that you can do it, and if you do it, then you keep the ball and build up some confidence going into the second half.
4-man rush as Rhodes will dump one off to Chimura. Chimura will get the first down and more. Right. Spilled down, ball out, and they'll rule him down at the 26-yard line. Nice pass over the middle to the tight end Chimura, and already with a bad wheel coming back from a knee injury over a year ago, and gets up limping here.
Take a look at that. He got kind of a strange hit here. See, he moves real well. He gets caught. Ooh, right there, yeah. Got hit on the left knee, came down on it, and then flipped upside down. Hopefully he'll be all right. I don't know if that's the knee originally injured. Appears to be that.
Chimura getting tended to on the near sideline. It will go as a first down at the 26-yard line. Try again that left side, and not much there for Dunson Lilly, or no, check that. That is a Summerall on the carry. Driscoll, Sam Driscoll, the linebacker or Kevin Driscoll, the linebacker with the tackle.
Here's another look at that Chimera play right here. You can see right here the player comes in. He gets actually in the air when he hits him. It's better than having his leg on the ground when he got hit. So Jackson Abers put a pretty good lick on him. But it was a clean hit. It wasn't a dirty play by any means.
Play action, Rhodes looking to throw near side, and was it picked off? Yes, it was. Yeah, Abers again able to intercept, intended for Sharnick here on the near side, and that's his second one tonight. Two
tonight. He's very quick. He runs very well. He's got great reactions. He's always in position. That's an important thing for a defensive back. See right here, he's down on the sideline, down the ball's in the air. There he is right there. He breaks on the throw. Player playing zone defense, just be in position that when the ball is thrown, you can outrun it, and he has the speed to do it.
Abrish with his second pick tonight gives Arrowhead the ball at the 6-yard line. Minute 20 to go in this first half. Good sign there as Chimura is up and walking it off.
Dylan Chimura looks like he's okay. All right, now we'll see what Arrowhead decides to do here with a minute and 20 to go.
A little bit of a wildcat here as they'll snap it to Tordello. And Tortorello will take it across the 10, breaking tackles to the 20. And gets out of bounds near the 25-yard line. Good solid run that time. Eric Schmitz finally got him out of bounds, but Dom Tortorello, the senior, running that Wildcat formation that time to perfection.
Almost a 20-yard gain on that and got him out of trouble.
Now Kelleher will come back in. We get a 1st and 10 here, going out of bounds, stopping the clock with 1:10.
You can see the play, the Arrowhead players looking on their wristbands. That's how they communicate some of their plays.
Kelleher now will send Tortorello in motion. A little
There's
shovel
that
pass
shovel.
that time to Yeager. Yeager gets the 1st down out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Gain of 11 on that play. I think it was Schmitz again who was in on that stop. Eric Schmitz, the senior, along with Milsner.
Yeah, they execute that play as well as anybody I've seen. And you almost have to assign somebody to that particular play when the quarterback gives you that motion.
Lots of time for Kelleher. Now it breaks down, and Kelleher is going to go down. He'll stop his progress
Good coverage
at the 34-yard line. A coverage sack once again. As getting in there was Luke Schneider. Schneider, a junior, 5'8", 180-pound at that defensive tackle spot. And now Arrowhead will be forced to take a timeout here with 47 seconds to go.
Well, here you can see right here, he's cocked to throw a long pass, but everybody was covered. Defense did a great job of rushing the passer, and they got what they needed, that sack. I think Arrowhead probably now would try to get themselves in position, maybe to take a long shot at a field goal, although they haven't kicked any extra points tonight. I don't know if our kicker wasn't hurt in the warm-up. He kicked a 55-yarder in the warm-up, so if they can get to about the 35-yard line, I think they have a shot at getting a field goal there before the first half is over.
2nd and 11 facing the Warhawks here with 47 seconds to go in the half. We go 3 receivers here to the near side. Yeager lined up in a slot.
Empty backfield, 5-man out.
Come back near side and airmailing that one incomplete, looking for Ricky Finko here on the near sideline, the Z-back for the Arrowhead Warhawks.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. He had him wide open, and he's not the tallest receiver at only 5'9", but he would have taken about a 7-footer to get that one.
So sets up 3rd and long for Arrowhead. Again, they'll go empty. 3 receivers to the left side of the formation. Kelleher with time, back to the near side.
thing.
This time he'll complete it to Finko, and he'll get out of bounds short of the 1st down. Ricky Finko on the catch. Androsky with the usher out of bounds.
I think they feel like even on 4th down here, they're going to go for it and try to get the 1st down.
So a pickup of 9 on the play. It looks like about 4th and about 2 here.
West is giving them quite a bit of room. They can get that 1st down, I think, with a quick pass.
You get it just across the 45-yard line for the 1st down. So again, Kelleher with an empty backfield. Kenny Finko in motion. A little option, the pitch back to Finko. Finko around the left side will get the 1st down, out of bounds across midfield.
Well, that's the same action they run when they run that little shovel pass, except this time they didn't shovel pass it. They actually did pitch it and were able to get that 1st down. They were very confident, I think, that they could get it.
They'll mark him out right at the 50-yard stripe. 31 seconds to go in the half. 1st and 10, Arrowhead. Kelleher wants to come back near side again, completes the pass to Tomardello. And Tomardello inside the 30, breaks a tackle inside the 20, angles to the pylon, and is wrestled out of bounds at the 2. Dyson Chimura finally got him down before he hit the end zone. It'll be 1st and goal, Arrowhead once again. Dom Tortorello, the senior, 5'11", 186 with the big play.
Well, they got him out in open space here. It's a good throw right on the money. You can see that he does a lot of work here. He breaks that tackle right there and finds himself in open field until Dyson Chimura is able to bring him down out of bounds.
48-yard pickup, 1st and goal at the 2. High snap, Kelleher brings it down, going to keep it. Kelleher dragging to the end zone, touchdown, Arrowhead.
He's just tall enough that he can fall in there.
6'6" frame will do that.
That really hurts there. 3 scores is manageable. I think 4 is probably out of the question in the second half.
Well, the 48-yard pickup down to the 2, the big play on this drive. They also convert on 4th down, and then Kelleher going over from the 2. We talked about that also in the pregame keys. Keep the big plays to a minimum.
Right, and they've had 2 big ones. That one and the
75-yarder,
right.
the first score by Yeager. Again, they'll go for 2. They'll snap it back to Totterello. And he'll run option here. Late pitch to Finko, and he'll run it in for 2. Ricky Finko with the 2-point conversion makes it a 30-0 ball game for Arrowhead. Just like that, 2 big plays. They convert on 4th down, and then the 48-yard play to Totterello, and
well, it went from Waukesha down in a position to score to Arrowhead going 94 yards for a score in the last minute and 20 seconds here to put the game away, in my opinion. I'm sure Waukesha West probably doesn't feel that way, but based on how the game has gone, they haven't shown the ability to score quick enough to get back in it.
In case you're wondering, third quarter letdown for this Arrowhead team, not going to happen. They've outscored their opponents 95-7 in the third quarter.
Right. And Waukesha West has been outscored 35-8 in the fourth quarter, so that doesn't bode well either. So, and I think it's obvious why Arrowhead is the #1 ranked team. They play in a very tough conference. They haven't been tested.
A kick by Dentis. Della will take it. Della across the 10, and a good open field tackle out there. Nice play on special teams once again. Selhausen getting down there. It's the second time tonight he's had the open field tackle on special teams.
Right. Austin Della was the quarterback for the first 5 games, or first 4 games, I guess, for Waukesha West. And now they're giving him a little bit of chance to come back and do some things on special teams. He's one of the top students in his class, and he's also a lacrosse player, so he's a good athlete, and he can help him someplace, I'm sure.
They'll hand it off as Semero will take it out across near the 26-yard line. Shane Buckner and Seitz both there. And the clock will stop here because the first down was made.
One more play.
Yep. It's not going to matter. They'll wind the clock anyways, and the clock will roll out here to end this first half. A dominating first half by Arrowhead. #1 ranked team in the area, #1 ranked team in the state of Wisconsin. And they're on top of Waukesha West as we head into halftime, a 30-0 score. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights on My 24. We'll be back with our halftime programming right after this. Time now for My 24's Thursday Night Lights halftime report, sponsored by Zero in Wisconsin, brought to you by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. A couple of big plays in our ball game tonight. A 75-yard touchdown run by Yeager, the 48-yard run by Totterello, setting up the Warhawks tonight. They take advantage of a couple of turnovers, and they lead here at the half 30-0.
Yeah, I think Arrowhead has earned their lead by playing good, solid defense up front, getting a couple of the interceptions, especially that second one there for Abrish was very timely from an Arrowhead standpoint anyway, not for Waukesha West, but and then they've executed their offense very well. And they're a dynamic team. They spread you out with their formation and then take advantage of what you give them, and they have the athletes and the quarterback to do it.
Head downstairs to Mike McGivern with a very special guest.
Oh yeah, guys, special guest is correct. Madeline Morgan, Miss Wisconsin Outstanding Teen. You know, I get a chance to talk to teens a lot as the next coach. Very outstanding, very impressed with her. Congratulations, thanks for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Her platform is Wisconsin DOT and distracted driving, and she's got a personal reason for that. And I just think talking to her, I'm telling you, she's on the ball. tell us a little bit about what football fans and other motorists can do to help reduce traffic deaths.
There is so much that teenagers and all the football fans here tonight can do. It's all about paying attention on the road and making sure that when you're in that car, and if you didn't know, being in a car is actually one of the most dangerous things we all do each day, and making responsible decisions and staying focused on the road.
You know, obviously very important. She's got a chance, so probably going to go to University of Georgia, and I have to tell you, her parents got to be extremely proud. She's from Oregon. I got a chance to spend 5 minutes with her here. Man, unbelievable. Congratulations, and it's so nice for you to stop by.
Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. Boys, back to you.
Thank you, Mike. And the youth participating in the halftime festivities here tonight out at Waukesha West. Wolverines trailing here at the half. Number 1 ranked Arrowhead on top of the Wolverines, 30-0. Back at Waukesha West High School, number 1 ranked Arrowhead Warhawks on top of the homestanding Wolverines, 30-0. As Jackson Abrish with a pair of interceptions tonight. Big plays by Tottarello, the 48-yard run. Ty Yeager, a 75-yard touchdown pass reception, and Arrowhead leading here at the half. Oh, very nice to have our staff from First Bank Financial Center, the Heartland branch, on the sideline with Mike McGivern tonight.
Hey guys, here at the First Bank Financial Center, people, I'm telling you, there's no group that's more fun than this group. Pat Ghost is going to lead us off. Pat, thanks for coming. Thanks for being part of this again.
Hey, thanks, Mike. Great to be here and be a sponsor and the Thursday Night Lights again. The game isn't too exciting for us Waukesha West fans, but a couple really exciting things going on. First, shout out to my son who's on the drum line for the band, Waukesha West Band, and for First Bank Financial Center, the mortgage department. We are just rocking and rolling. Rates are great. We do local servicing, local lenders in all the communities. We're at every bank branch. And with me is one of our top loan officers, Sue Lorenz, in the Economowoc office.
Hey, Sue, you know what? You make these boys look good. You know that, right? Yeah, thanks for coming. Tell us a little bit about what you do at First Bank, what you got going on.
Well, I'm a mortgage lender. Rates are, as you know, probably at all-time lows, so I'm a busy girl. We have some of the lowest rates, I think, in the state, really, and really the lowest closing costs. So I would encourage everybody watching to at least, let us take a peek and see how we can help them save some money.
Thank you so much. Hey, my favorite guy, I'm telling you, Bill Cash. If your last name is Cash, you better be in the banking industry. Hey, tell us what's going on with you at First Bank Financial Center.
Well, First Bank has been serving our community for 153 years. We're going nowhere. We're here to stay. We are giving back to our communities. We take our local deposits and in turn bring them into our local businesses and we're actively lending to them to help serve our community. We're a very community-orientated family service for not only our employees but our clients too. We know our clients' names. We're a great bank.
Guys, I got to tell you, every time I talk to people from First Bank Financial Center, within the first minute, they talk about the community. They talk about giving back to the community, how their employees give back to the community. If you're going to do some banking, this is a group to do it with. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Back to you guys.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. And a very special thank you to our fine folks at First Bank Financial Center here tonight. 30-0, Arrowhead on top of Waukesha West. Back with more in Waukesha right after this. Number 1 ranked Arrowhead on top of Waukesha West here at the half in Waukesha. And really a half of big plays for the Warhawks. They needed some big plays early on. They got them offensively and some key defensive stops along the way, and that's where we're at this point in the ball game.
Well, when you're the number 1 team in the state, you make plays when you have to, and they made those plays. I think they ended the half that way with the interception to stop a West drive that was potentially a good score, and then they turned it around to 8 points for themselves by going 96 yards with the ball.
Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights. We'll get a look first at Arrowhead tonight. This is that
This is just their quarterback Keller taking the ball straight ahead up the middle. You can just see all the blue shirts going backwards. Here's that little shovel pass to Todorella. Or no, this is to Ty Yeager. Takes it all the way for a touchdown. You see Ricky Finko come into the picture here almost at the end, catching it. That really was one of those things we said it couldn't happen if Waukesha West wanted to win the game. Here's the long pass to Ricky Finko right over the shoulder. Great catch. Well defended. Just nothing you can do when the ball's perfectly thrown.
Yeager again here for his second touchdown.
Comes out of the pile and walks it in.
And then the defense for Arrowhead taking over from there.
That's Matt Seitz right there. He's had a really good first half. He's had 4 tackles in the first half. Here's Drew Rhodes trying to run with the ball, and we got Kevin Driscoll making the play there. Getting a swarming defense is what we've seen on a good part of the night right here. Here's the throw that's tipped, and Jackson Abrish makes the play. He had 2 interceptions. He had 1 knocked down. He probably should have intercepted that and had 3 actually. And Abrish has also had 4 tackles. Here's the stats. 70 rushing yards for, that's pretty standard for Arrowhead, but the passing yards is what makes it different, 204 to 13. West just hasn't been able to get anything consistently going, overwhelming in favor of Arrowhead. The 2 turnovers obviously are big as well. And they've only got 9 first downs and they got 30 points. That kind of tells you how the half has gone for them.
Well, as we look back at what we thought were going to be the key plays of our keys to the game tonight, pretty much playing into what you had laid out. If you look at Arrowhead, keep the West defense off balance. That little inside shovel pass.
They don't have an answer for that yet. Hopefully they're putting something together at half.
And they've stopped that West running attack.
They have done that. On the other hand, Waukesha West, we said, had to shorten the game. They haven't been able to do that. They haven't disrupted the Arrowhead consistently on offense, and we said you needed to keep everything in front of them, and those long plays is really what hurt them. So the net result is you end up seeing yourself down 30-0 with a half to play.
Kelleher 8 of 14 for 199 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Warhawks here tonight.
And that's right on par. He's been completing about 70% of his passes, so he's right on schedule there.
We both watched him warm up tonight. He's got such a quick release, and that ball comes out. And and the other thing we noticed too with the Warhawk receivers, they catch the ball in the hands. It doesn't come into the body. It's all with the hands.
Good receivers always catch the ball in their hands, and unless they just have to make a great catch in some other way, then they use their body. But good receivers use their hands, and Arrowhead is well schooled in all aspects of the game.
Well, it's imperative here. West will get the ball to start this second half, and it's pretty much laid out what they need to do.
Well, yeah, we'll see if they can regroup and get a couple solutions to a couple of problems that they have. Use some play action passes maybe on first down to try to get themselves in position where they can use their running game to complete the first down, whatever they need to do. I always think as a running team you need to be able to have those play action passes to keep the defense honest, and I'm sure they have it in the repertoire. They just haven't been able to pull it off tonight.
Get a look at Abrish there, our star of the game defensively with 2 picks tonight. And on the other side there, you get a look at Drew Rhodes warming up tonight, the quarterback for Waukesha West, now in his 3rd game as a starting quarterback.
Yeah. We also noticed that Dylan Shimura is on the sideline down there. He does not appear to be warming up here for the second half, and he's a key member of that offensive line. And
well, you speak of Dylan Shimura and what's up with that. Mike McGivern right on top of it. Mike, what do you got?
Guys, I just talked to him. It's not the same knee he had hurt. He kind of waved me off, said, you know what, it's fine, I'll be fine. It's the other knee. So I think he's out for the night, I would think. But according to him, he'll be okay.
Somewhat good news. At least he's going to recover from that. But unfortunately, may be through for this evening's ball game and questionable going into next week. Dylan Shimura, who's 6'5", 235, and he's obviously the son of former Packer great Mark Shimura, and headed off to Michigan State.
Right.
So he's still got a chance, but it's just.
I think they're playing it safe. This is a game that it doesn't appear that they're going to win. They have to win the one next week then in order to get in the playoffs, and they might as well save him for that game and make sure he can recover by then.
Well, we enjoyed that halftime performance by the Waukesha West Marching Band, and Mike McGivern's got a couple of band members on the sideline here.
Hey, I got 4 of them, the Waukesha West Cadets. This is pretty cool. I got to be honest with you. You guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, having fun?
Yeah, it's a great season so far.
So you guys have something coming up pretty big.
Yes, we do. We have state next Saturday, so that will call the end of our season.
Really, you guys put in a lot of time, a lot of practice hours, correct?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. What? Tell me a little bit about your day as far as when you practice. Is it a daily deal?
We practice every day in school, and then we have practices on Wednesday and sometimes on Saturday. And there's sectionals, different instrument sections.
Sure.
They hold extra practice before Wednesday.
Extra practice, I like that. No doubt. You guys are both juniors. You've been with the band since you were a freshman?
Yes.
Here, look this way, smile. Look at there you go. And tell me, I just turned over the loudspeaker. You won some awards here recently.
Yes, we won first place at. Oh my God, I can't even think of it.
We won first place at Greendale and Fort Atkinson last week.
Yeah, hey, they won first place. I can tell you that. And he's a senior. Congratulations on all this.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet, guys. We got to go. Thank you so much. Good luck on everything, and I'm sure you'll remember when you leave. Back to you, boys.
And the second half kickoff, and it'll bounce through the end zone for the touchback. Well, again, great thanks to the folks at Milwaukee High Lift for helping bring these great pictures to you tonight. They provided the scissor lift for our cameras tonight, so for any aerial platform need, rental, sales, or service, call the great folks at Milwaukee High Lift or visit them online at MilwaukeeHighLift.com. Bundle up there. Staying warm.
Yeah.
Well, 1st and 10 for the Wolverines at their own 20-yard line. They trail in the ball game. Opening play of our second half here in Waukesha. And they'll give it to Dunson Lilly. Check that. That was Semero on the carry. Couple of yards on the play. Seselak there. Brian Seselak, the defensive end, coming in for the tackle.
Just a little isolation play. I think they've moved Semero to the tailback position. Dunson Lilly was getting bounced around pretty much in the first half. He may be a little bit hobbled. See who the fullback is.
So 2nd down and 8. Semero again will try and get to the 25-yard line before he is stood up and driven back there. Again, a good charge by the defense led by Logan Rupert, the junior. Rupert on that other outside linebacker spot, 6'4", 200 pounds.
Yeah, they've also moved Ian Howden into fullback, a junior, 6 foot, 180 pounds. Semero's a hard runner. I think probably their best runner of the backs, and he's was playing fullback, and I think he's going to be more effective in the tailback position.
So 3rd and 5 upcoming here for Waukesha West at their own 25-yard line. They'll work from shotgun this time. Rhodes will send 2 receivers out to the right side. Rhodes with some time. Delivers over the middle, and it overshoots the target. Nearly picked off again. As tried to get that one out here to the middle of the field. Dryda, I believe, was the intended target, but that ball sailed on him, and Charlie Rudeman was out there defensively, almost had the 3rd pick of the night.
Yeah, he was very well covered. Yeah, and he actually had defenders on both sides of him, and really no chance to get it in there, and almost popped it up to the safety and got the interception.
We heard earlier Dryda had kind of a tight back, so they're going to go with Milzer as the punter again here in the second half, and he gets this one away. Bounce across midfield. Finkel will get away from it, let it roll dead inside the 40 and dead at the 35-yard line. Well, we want to remind you that Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights is available streaming live online. Log on to my24milwaukee.com and click on the Thursday Night Light link. You'll find our schedule, complete game videos and photos. You can even post your own photos and join the conversation on Facebook or Twitter. That's my24milwaukee.com.
Well, we'll see if West has come up with any kind of a solution here to some of the problems they had on defense, especially stopping that little shovel pass play.
8 of 14, 199 yards and 2 touchdowns. Also a touchdown passing, 1 touchdown rushing tonight. And they'll pitch it out
to the far side. Finko, Ricky Finko trying to get there. Kenny Finko trying to get to the outside, and Kenny does, out toward midfield.
Well, Bronson Simmerl was out there. He had that play sniffed out, but he got stiff-armed and wasn't able to make the tackle. And good execution by Arrowhead. You can see right here, number 21 comes up. He's right there. Got a good stiff arm right to the helmet, which is perfectly legal, and ends up getting the first down.
Kenny Finko, the senior, 6'1", 170, picks up the first down at the 45-yard line. Our first bank first down of our second half, I should say. And this time it's Yeager. And Yeager met for a 2-yard gain, and that's it. Good defensive stand that time, as it was Schneider, Luke Schneider, in on the tackle for the Wolverines.
Yeah, he was all over that play and barely got a yard out of it.
So 2nd and 9 upcoming here for Arrowhead. Put
One thing
Yeager in the backfield.
As Arrowhead does not huddle, then the defense can't huddle, so it's not easy for them to make any substitutions as well.
Got the Finko brothers here on the near side.
Right.
Keep an eye on that. A play action fake. Kelleher wants to throw downfield. Man wide open. Tottarello inside the 20. Tottarello sidesteps a defender at the 10. Into the end zone for the touchdown. Milzer the last man back, but Tottarello able to come up with the 55-yard touchdown reception for the score.
Well, it's a great fake. Good throw was right on the money. And Tottarello showed the kind of athlete he is when he gets in the open field. He just sidesteps everybody and kind of waltzes into the end zone. It's more like a dance, or like a ballet when he gets right here. Sidesteps.
Got right around Schmitz, the free
Schmitz,
safety.
The free safety, and waltzed in.
Tottarello will stay out there for the 2-point conversion. This time he'll hand it off. Finko coming around the right side, trying to get to the pylon, and does for the 2-point conversion. Makes it a 38-0 ball game with 9:21 to go. We'll have a running clock here in this third quarter. It's been all Arrowhead tonight, all 4 big plays on their scores.
Yeah, they have. And I have to say they're fun to watch because the the ball's in the air. You can see what they're doing, and they do it very well. It'd be interesting to see what happens when they get against a really good team that they can still execute. Finko just outrunning everybody to the corner of the end zone.
So many weapons, Coach. Just so many weapons. You try and take one away. Okay, let's say we take the running game away, but Kelleher such poise in the pocket as a senior quarterback, and that offensive line giving him plenty of time to throw.
And he didn't play a lot last year because they had a senior quarterback last year, as they do almost every year, because they're a huge school. They're probably twice the size of Waukesha West. I'm not making any excuses for West. They're certainly can fend for themselves, but Arrowhead has everything you need. They have Greg Molling has done an excellent job in his first 2 years here as the coach. Came in to replace a legendary coach, Tom Taraska, and they have not missed a beat.
And the kick automatically into the end zone. It's an automatic touchback as Schmitz fielded it in the end zone. Back out to the 20. Downstairs we go to Mike McGivern.
Guys, I'm here with Kyle Lemieux. He's the athletic director, first-year athletic director here at Waukesha West. Thanks for having us out.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming. This is a really special experience for our kids here at West.
Excellent. They've got Field of Dreams. It's an event. It's actually a fundraiser that they're trying to get a turf field here at Waukesha West. People want to get involved, Kyle. How do they do that?
Absolutely. Well, our dream is to have a turf field here at West so that we can give our kids a maximized experience. And so one of the initiatives we're doing right now, besides personal and private donations and business sponsorships and partnerships, is a brick campaign. And so people can purchase a brick that will actually be laid on our walkway of champions as they enter the stadium, so they can see who has contributed and how they're invested into West students.
Great. We're showing some pictures right now. Kyle, good luck with all that. Again, I appreciate you having us out.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming, and thanks for supporting West High School.
Excellent. Back to you, boys.
Kyle, from us up here in the booth, thank you very much as well for allowing us to come out here tonight. No gain on first down, 2nd and 10 from the 20. Try and get to the outside is Dunson Lilly, and once again stymied by that outside linebacker safety combination. Ripplinger out there defensively for Arrowhead.
Well, Arrowhead, they read their keys very well. They react well. They are in position. They keep the runner on the inside, force him back into the pursuit, and that's the way defense is played, and they do it very well.
Well, this season, Wendy's will be giving away a free Frosty to students who show their student ID when purchasing a combo meal. That's at any of the participating Wendy's locations. Well, 3rd and 10 now for Waukesha West. Rhodes will work from shotgun. It'll be a draw play to Dunson Lilly, not to be fooled. Arrowhead defense was right there waiting for it. Kevin Driscoll, the Sam linebacker, 5'11", 200 pounds, snuffed that one out for a loss.
Yeah, he was not fooled. He may be spying. He might have been spying on the running back and the quarterback on that particular play, and he was right there.
So the Warhawks getting it done on defense as well, shutting down Waukesha West, forcing a punt.
Now we've got Dryde in punting.
Dryde is going to try and kick this one into the wind. Fair catch signaled for. Arrowhead will get away from it as it will roll out of bounds at the 47-yard line. So a 32-yard punt, no return, and Arrowhead will get good field position at the Wolverine 47-yard line. And again, a rolling clock here leading 38-0.
It's interesting that they wouldn't use him in the first half when the game was still in question, and now second half he's in punting. I'm sure they have reasons for it. I just it's not obvious to me why they would do it that way.
On weeknights, all of your favorite shows come together. Family Guy at 5, American Dad at 5:30, The Simpsons at 6, and Family Guy again at 6:30. It's Anna Mayhem, weeknights from 5 to 7 on My 24.
Well, we got some changes here for Arrowhead, which is good. This game is certainly not in question anymore. They've brought a new quarterback in.
That's Drew Becker. Becker, 6'4", 195, a senior, and he is tackled for a 3-yard loss back at midfield. In on the stop was Marcus Kelly, the defensive tackle. So a chance for Greg Melling and the coaching staff to get a look at a few people at some different positions here tonight. So Becker again will work from shotgun. Fakes the handoff, wants to throw. Screen completes to Tottarello. Dominic Tottarello inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line. Kelly there to wrestle him down. Marcus Kelly for the Wolverines.
That's a little duck-in screen. The receiver comes back to the inside, and the inside receiver blocks out. Here you can see it right here. Fake, little run fake, dumps it into Tottarello, who's an excellent runner, as we have already seen, and takes it upfield for about a 5-yard gain.
Sets up 3rd and 5 for the Warhawks. Becker wants to throw with time. Now scrambles left, sets up, delivers the ball downfield, has a receiver out there, makes the catch into the end zone. Touchdown, Arrowhead. Brandon Kim with the touchdown reception down the far sideline. So Becker comes in, delivers the touchdown pass as Kim beating Dyson Chimura in that secondary for 6.
Well, what you're going to see here is Kim ran a short route, and as soon as he saw his quarterback scramble, he took off deep. There you can see right there, he ducks out to the sideline. As soon as he sees his quarterback scramble, he breaks off his pattern and heads down the sideline. That's exactly what you teach your receivers to do. If you're short, go long, and if you're long, come back. Right here, he's looking right, takes off and runs left. Now Kim is down the sideline. Ball's well thrown, right in the hole, touchdown.
Kim's first touchdown reception of the night. Steve Dentiste for the extra point, and it is good. 45-0 in favor of Arrowhead. We'll take a break. 4:39 to go here in our third quarter. Our anthem, Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights at Waukesha West. Our Thursday Night Lights fan cam presented to you every week by Wendy's. Wendy's, now that's better. Bomb Squad on tonight. Cheer squad for Waukesha West. Unfortunately, not much to cheer about tonight. It's been all Arrowhead. Right. Dentiste the kickoff, and Dyson Lilly having trouble, finally picks it up inside the 5, and that was trouble with a capital T.
Yeah.
Getting down there to cover up Dunson Lilly was Jack Bredeson. Bredeson, a 6'3" sophomore on special teams for Arrowhead.
We got a flag on the play. It looks like. I didn't see what the call was here. can see he didn't handle it very well. He ended up sort of eating it on the 5-yard line.
Penalty marker sitting at the 35-yard line of the Wolverines. Our Conan Smith penalty, first one of the second half.
I don't see what we're talking about here. I don't even see the referee.
There he is, John Gillenbuski in his
He's in
48th
the
year
huddle.
officiating.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Unsportsmanlike
conduct on
Waukesha West.
They declined it. No, they just half the distance to
Half
the goal.
the distance,
Yeah.
so it's from the 5 to the 2.5.
2.5, okay.
So they'll have to work out from underneath the shadow of their own goalpost here. Semero trying to break some tackles. Nice run out across the 10 out to the 12-yard line, close to a first down. First bank first down here for the Waukesha West Wolverines. Charlie Rudiman, the junior cornerback there on the stop.
Yeah, that was a good surge there. The line came off the ball well. You got some movement.
And again, you're dealing with 4 juniors and a sophomore on that starting front offensive line for Waukesha West.
Well, I'm talking to Steve Rux. He knows he has a young team. He likes the team. He thinks they'll be good in the future, and I think he's probably right there. But there's a growing up that has to be done on the football field. And when you play a team of the quality of Arrowhead, it's all the little idiosyncrasies that don't go well are going to show.
Another nice run by Semero. Again, Rudiman there to make the tackle along with Andy Hessler. Gain of about 4 on the play sets up 2nd and 6 for the Wolverines. Again, this drive starting back at their own 2-yard line, so a little bit of breathing room here for Waukesha West. Again, Semero the tailback. On 3rd and long here. Semero gets it out across the 25 out to the 26-yard line. Should have enough for another first down. So trying to get some things going on the ground. Alex Romanesco coming up the strong safety to make the play for Arrowhead. Getting a look at the Semero run. Check out the Wendy's Varsity Blitz High School Football Coaches Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP. Mike McGivern and Joe Cook talking to different coaches each week. Saturday mornings at 10 on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP as Drew Rhodes goes down in a heap at the 10-yard line, chased down by Austin Hallinger on the sack.
Well, they didn't need that, that's for sure. Now they're in 2nd and quite a ways. More than they want to go, more than he probably can go.
They'll spot the ball at the 10. They need the 36-yard line, so 2nd and 26. Pretty good, Coach.
Good math, yeah, right.
I'm doing my math.
Good thing they got those 5-yard stripes so he can help you figure it out.
Knew you wouldn't pass that one up as they try and run that one up the middle. The old math teacher you are.
Right. I'm old, all right.
So Semero with a little bit of a run up the middle that time.
He's going to try to keep
Hessler
it in the middle
with
of the field
stop.
so they can get a position to punt, I believe.
They could probably take this all the way down through the end of this 3rd quarter. We'll see.
Yeah.
They'll line up to take a snap as Rhodes will line up in shotgun. 3rd and long here, 3rd and 21.
They are going to put it in the air. They got the tight end open in the
Rhodes
middle.
going over the middle, and
it.
it's nearly picked off and dropped incomplete. They were looking for David Conrad that time. You called it, Coach, and it was Alex Sandstrom back there defensively that had the ball go through his hands.
Well, Drew Rhodes, the reason he's having a little trouble, his weight is on his back foot and the ball is sailing on him, and he needs to get his weight forward a little bit and get the ball down where they can handle it.
Well, that ends our 3rd quarter here at Waukesha West High School. Arrowhead in control heading into the 4th. Their anthem, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Thursday Night Lights. Arrowhead in command of this one as we begin our 4th quarter. John Weiser, Dick Basham, Mike McGivern with you at Waukesha West High School. Steve Dryda on to punt here to start our 4th quarter. Gets a high snap and a short punt off the side of his foot. And depends on where it went out of bounds. They'll walk it up inside the 35-yard line. The official still walking inside the 30.
Whoa.
And it will go out of bounds at the 27-yard line. So Arrowhead will have it 1st and 10 at the Waukesha West 27-yard line. Looks like Blake Milkey looks like he's going to come in now at quarterback for the
I think they're going to rotate them
Warhawks.
all in. Got new receivers in the game.
Milkey, a 6'1", 164-pound sophomore.
See Nick Peterson out there, Jake Miller on wide receiver.
And we'll hand it off here. And it's caught in the backfield, Cody Selhausen, 5'11", 173, a sophomore, brought down by Nick Radloff.
Yeah. Sebastian Lukic is in. I can see his slot man on this side here.
Again, Arrowhead now going to do everything they can to milk the clock.
Yeah, they don't have to score any more points. They know that. They can't stop. You don't want these kids deserve to play hard as well. They practice every day.
Give it to the man in motion here, Jake Miller, coming around the near side. Miller with some running room inside the 15 and finally shoved out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. Jake Miller, 6'2", 180-pound junior, out of bounds by Semero and Schmitz that time.
One thing you want to remember about Arrowhead, as I said in our pregame, is their coach, Greg Molling, gave us a two-deep chart. And of those 44 players on two-deep offense and defense, 27 of them are underclassmen. And they started a freshman, we haven't even mentioned this yet, freshman at left tackle on offense. So that tells you the depth that they have.
Play is going to come back for a holding call here. Our penalty flag's brought to you by Conan Smith, your criminal defense team. People in the know to call Conan Smith. So from the spot of the foul actually makes this a 2nd and 9 for Arrowhead following the holding call. Very few penalties here tonight. Milkey will work from shotgun. Hands it off to the man coming around the near side. This is Lukic, Sebastian Lukic. And he is roughed up out of bounds as he makes it to the far sideline.
Got a couple yards out of it.
Alex Andrasky, a junior, 5'9", 170 with the tackle out of bounds for Waukesha West.
One thing I think it's fair to say is Waukesha West is not a bad football team. You have to remember they're playing a really good team. And a good team is going to make a young team like Waukesha West, they're going to make them look bad. And they've got some things to work out. They're having a little trouble getting their passing game going. But I think if they get in the playoffs, they can give somebody a little bit of a problem in that first round.
Milkey again will work from shotgun on 3rd down. Miller in motion to the near side. We'll give it to Selhausen. Selhausen breaks a tackle, bounces it outside. Selhausen with the 1st down and more. Good inside run. The 10, down to the 9-yard line. Good strong run by Cody Selhausen, finally brought down by Abe Gustafson.
Yeah, that's exactly the way I would describe it, a good strong run. He had good lean, good knee drive, just broke a couple tackles and dragged the pile down to 3-yard line.
Good instincts there to bounce it to the outside in the cutback lane that time. So 1st and goal, Arrowhead. Ball just inside the 9-yard line for the Warhawks. Nice snap to Melky. He'll bring it down. Melky around the left side. Melky to the 5. Melky to the 3 and out of bounds there. Dyson Chimura took him out of bounds that time for Waukesha West, short of the goal line. Gain of 6, 2nd and goal from the 3. Simple quarterback run that time.
Yeah, nothing fancy about it. Just take the ball and run left.
So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Again, Arrowhead taking as much time as they can here. Get the play in, get to the line of scrimmage, and snap the football. Milkey will give it to Selhausen around the right side. Selhausen gets to the goal line. Touchdown, Arrowhead. Cody Selhausen.
He's a good hard runner.
Yes, he
He's
is.
only a sophomore. He's going to see more of him especially in the next 2 years.
It's his second touchdown of the season.
Here you can see it's a little zone run to the right. He bounces outside and runs into the pile, but falls into the end zone with the 6.
Brett Rux was the last man to get to him, but he fell across the goal line. Dentiste for the extra point. It is up and through.
I find it interesting that they went for 2 all those first 5-6 touchdowns, and then now they're kicking.
We'll take our quarter break here. Just over 7 minutes remaining. Arrowhead all over Waukesha West. Our Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights on My 24. Warhawks increase their lead out to 52-0 over Waukesha West. John Weiser, Dick Basham, Mike McGivern back with you at Waukesha West High School. Dentiste with the kickoff. Schmitz will take it his own 7. Gets it across the 25 and out to the 28-yard line. Let's head downstairs.
Hey guys, Molly here. She's going to school. You know what she wants to do? She wants to do my job, so we're going to let her. Molly, what do you got?
Hi, I'm Molly Breeden. I'm a Waukesha West cheerleader. Hey, it's this guy's birthday today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday!
Hey, thanks. So ask your questions. You're going to be a media gal.
Yeah.
Where are you going to school?
Where do you guys go to school?
We go to Waukesha West, and we're seniors this year. And next year we'll be going off to college, and we're both probably looking at nursing and Allie.
And physical therapy.
So we're really excited for our cheer season. We're hoping to go to state.
So have you guys gone to state before?
Yeah. I have gone my freshman year, and we took first, and it was amazing.
And then my sophomore year we took second.
All right, guys. Here. Hey, you know what? She's going to take my job soon, but not today. Back to you guys in the booth.
Let them know we'll be in Mequon next week. And hey, happy birthday to Mike.
Yeah, how old are you, Mike?
Is it Mike's birthday today? Draw play up the middle on the first down. Good run by Drew Rhodes to pick up that first down. As again, Semero on the nice run tonight. He's had a couple of nice runs here in the second half. Justin Wallace able to bring him down.
Well, we know that Arrowhead's bringing a lot of kids in, so if Mom and Dad don't be mad if we don't know who they are. They have about 90 players on their roster. We don't have them all memorized.
Now 2nd and 6 here for the Wolverines, their own 43-yard line. Rhodes looking to throw. Going over the middle, has a man out there, diving attempt that goes incomplete. Chase Sharnick, the intended receiver that time for the Wolverines, just a bit overthrown. Out there on the coverage, Justin Brechkowski out there for Arrowhead.
Well, they had his receiver open, and he just couldn't quite make the connection.
Good throw.
First time we've called Sharnick's name tonight, I think, and it was there. I think he needs to keep running. If you dive, you don't usually catch it.
Well, sets up 3rd and long now for the Wolverines, their own 43-yard line. Rhodes with some pressure. Now with time, we'll cut it upfield. Going for the first down stick, gets it. Gets out of bounds into Warhawk territory at the 47 of Arrowhead. And a first down for the Wolverines.
Well, there you got a chance to see Drew Rhodes' athletic ability. He does have good speed and quickness. He just needs to experience, and moving and jumping into a varsity situation halfway through the season is not an easy thing to do. But he's the future as far as quarterback is concerned, and I think that's what part of the decision. There's more to it than that.
Drew Rhodes, 5'11", 160-pound junior. First down at the 47 of Arrowhead. Again, pump fakes coming back this way. Little hitch and go. Has the man there. Makes the catch. Sharnick, he'll get in for the score. Chase Sharnick with the touchdown grab on a beautifully thrown ball by Drew Rhodes.
Yeah, that was well done. It was well executed. He had time to throw. Had protection. Sharnick did a great job on the stop and go. Set the defender up for it. I'd see it right here in front of us. Now there he is right there coming into our picture now. Ball's on the money, takes it and walks in.
Looked like he got past Thomas Eggert that time, a 6 foot, 170-pound defensive back.
Little pump fake set it up.
And Sharnick gets the skunk out of the box here for Waukesha West.
We get a chance to see. Let's see, I can't see the number of. Is Dryden going to kick? Looks like he is. Yeah.
It'll be Dryden on the extra point here with Austin Della.
He's got a very good leg.
The holder. And it's up and through. 52-7. Waukesha West avoiding the shutout here with just under 3.5 minutes to go. But going back to the development of the quarterback, that's going to go a long way now. Drew Rhodes going to get a chance to see this on film a little bit and improve. And Sharnick, they just missed earlier on that last pass over the left hash mark. This time they little hitch and go, able to find each other here on this near side. And fourth reception of the year for Sharnick, and now over 100 yards receiving on the season for Sharnick.
Right. Well, Steve Rucks is a very good coach. His father was a very successful coach and coached at Oconomowoc for many years. Steve played for his dad, went to Wisconsin, played for the Badgers. He'll get these guys back. He's got a strong program. He's been here for 13 years. He's well known and respected, and his players respect him. I know that. And I'm sure that they've discussed the fact that they're a young team and there's going to be some growing pains. And this is a big hurt, that's for sure. But they win one more game, and then you get a chance to start a new season in the playoffs. And that's one of the great things about the playoffs. Everybody starts at 0-0, and winner moves on.
They'll match up with Waukesha North next week, I believe, and with an opportunity to get that fourth win and get that playoff eligibility. That's going to be a tight bunch, I think. It'll be a lot of teams sitting at that 4-4 mark as they try and seed and hash that out.
Interesting thing, Waukesha North was only behind Arrowhead 14-0 at the half, so they obviously have some things going for them, and I'm sure it'll be a tough game for them.
Dryden's kick into the end zone for a touchback gives us a chance to remind you CW18 is TV to talk about, and next week a new hero will rise. Don't miss the new show on everyone's radar, Arrow, Wednesdays at 7. Then the Winchester brothers battle their own demons on Supernatural at 8. 2 action-packed shows saving the world one Wednesday at a time. That starts next week on CW18. Arrowhead from their own 20 here. With 2:45 to play in this one. Selhausen again coming around the near side, across the 20 and out of bounds, about the 23-yard line. Nick Kowalski now in at quarterback, 6 foot, 205-pound senior. So you get a look at Selhausen. There's Kowalski there.
Right. Dyson Chimura made that tackle on that last play.
Gain of about 5. It'll set up a second long 5 here. Nick Kowalski, 6 foot, 205 pounds.
Arrowhead also has a freshman quarterback listed on their roster. I don't think Johnny Duranzo's been in yet tonight, but I know they're very high on him.
Yeah, he's played a little bit this year, Duranzo.
Yeah.
Again, they'll just keep moving the pile forward here as Kowalski gets the first down across the 30 out to the 32-yard line. Again, a rolling clock
ahead
here, 1:35 to go.
Brent Kramer, I guess, made that stop. A few new bodies in the field for West as well. It's only fair that happens. Everybody comes out to practice every day and play in practices. You don't always get everybody a chance to play in a game, and got to give credit to both coaches for clearing their benches and giving these guys a chance to get a few licks in. That's why they put the uniforms on. They want to get on the field.
And with the win tonight, Arrowhead will clinch at least a share of first place. The Classic 8 as Selhausen trying to get to the right side, trying to stay in bounds, and does just across the 40-yard line as we go under a minute remaining. Androski in on the stop for Waukesha West.
Another goal of coaches in these situations, especially for Arrowhead, is to give some kids a chance to get some experience who may be able to help them in the playoffs. You know, if somebody goes down, it's the next man in. They're giving Selhausen a chance to carry the ball here a little bit, and he's their backup running back, and you can't fault him for that either. He needs to get some real live experience as well.
Arrowhead will take on Mukwonago next week. That ought to be an interesting matchup.
It will be, yeah. Clay Iverson's done a great job up there. They're they're going to go in probably with one loss. I don't remember who they play this week, but right now they only have one loss, and so they're in second place. So they're playing for first place.
Joe Grabo in on the tackle that time of Selhausen. Grabo, a 5'10", 200-pound junior. And that'll take us into the final seconds here of this one. Arrowhead's just going to keep it in the huddle here, I'm sure, as this one gets put to bed here tonight out in Waukesha West by a final of 52-7. Arrowhead now 7-0 on the season, 5-0 in the, 6-0 in the conference now, and clinched at least a share of the Classic 8 title this season with this win over Waukesha West. Your final 52-7 in favor of the Arrowhead Warhawks over Waukesha West. We'll pause, take a break, come back with some final words here from Waukesha West right after this. This one was never in doubt. Warhawks jumped out, Arrowhead jumped out to a 20-point first quarter lead en route to a 52-7 victory over Waukesha West, clinching at least a share of first place in the Classic 8 for the 2012 campaign. We head downstairs for Mike McGivern in the trophy presentation.
Just can't get a hold of Greg Mullen. He's nowhere to be found. Guess what? Jackson Albrecht, 2 interceptions, senior captain. You know what? This team looks pretty good, man. You guys are rolling.
Yeah, we're rolling. Huge team effort every single game. That's what it's all about. It's all about the team.
So next week, Mukwonago, and then playoff time. Arrowhead, thank you very much. Feeling pretty good about this group.
Yeah, we're feeling great. We just want to keep it rolling. Just want to keep it rolling going into the playoffs.
Boys, he's a good captain. Yes, yeah! There you go.
Mike McGivern ditching that one rather quickly as he got out of the way. Birthday boy Mike tonight as Arrowhead with the win, 52-7. When we come back, we'll have some highlights and our Players of the Game awards when we return to Waukesha West right after this. Number 1 ranked Heartland Arrowhead, no problem tonight over Waukesha West, 52-7, moving to 7-0 on the season. One more game left on their schedule against Mukwonago. The Wolverines still have another game with an opportunity to get to playoff eligibility as they take on Waukesha North next week. Our players of the game tonight, as we get a look at the Arrowhead player of the game, Dom Todorello.
Number 25, he's a terrific athlete. He's the Wildcat, and they go to the Wildcat formation. He had 142 total yards in the game, 1 TD receiving. But it ran the 2-point conversion several times.
Here's his touchdown right here.
Touchdown right here. Wide open. He was in the secondary 20 yards down before anybody knew what was going on.
So Dom Todorello, our player of the game for Arrowhead, and for Waukesha West, Bronson Semero.
Well, Bronson Semero was one of the running backs. He played both fullback and tailback, and was also played outside linebacker on defense, and wasn't a banner night for any of the Waukesha players, but I think he accounted for himself very well by his hard running on offense, and also made a couple good plays on defense. And he hasn't been playing a lot of defense. First time he's played defense in quite a while. 13 carries, 47 yards.
So Bronson Semero, our Waukesha West High School player of the game. Our player of the game award presented by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Our next game, our final regular season matchup, heads into Mequon next week as we get into the North Shore Conference. Germantown taking on Homestead. We'll have that one for you next Thursday night live right here on My 24 beginning at 7 o'clock. That'll wrap things up here tonight from Waukesha West. For Mike McGivern, Dick Basham, and our entire My 24 crew, thanks for tuning in. I'm John Weiser saying good night from Waukesha. Arrowhead a big winner tonight over Waukesha West, 52-7. See you next Thursday.